You don't own your followers. That's number one. You don't own your reach. That's number two. You don't control the algorithm. That's number three. And right now, most entrepreneurs, they just have no clue, no idea. They think they're building a business. They're actually building someone else's asset. Someone builds a following. They post every day for 2 years. They hit 10,000 followers, then 20, then 50. The engagement is so real and they feel so on top of the world. The DMs are real. The comments, seriously real. They start to believe that the platform is actually theirs. Then guess what happens? The algorithm changes. The reach, well, it drops 70% overnight. Not because the content got worse, not because they did anything wrong, because the platform decided their business model needed to change. And well, the creator was collateral damage. You see, this isn't a hypothetical, because in 2021, Facebook's algorithm shifted and it wiped out the organic reach for hundreds of thousands of business pages that had spent years, and I mean years on top of years, building an audience that they thought was theirs. According to the data from social media examiners, average organic reach on Facebook pages fell by 5.2%, meaning a page with 10,000 followers could only reliable reach around 5,000 of them without having to pay for some ads. Instagram followed like shortly after. TikTok is currently under federal legislation that could remove it from the US as an app entirely. See, the creators who built on these platforms didn't lose their talent. Nah, they didn't do all of that. They lost their distribution. And without distribution, they lost their business. See, most entrepreneurs, the ones that are really thinking that they can build this thing on social media 24/7, and they think they're growing on social media, is building that audience. The platform is the audience. You're just renting the space around it. So what's going on, everyone? It's your man Tony over here, AnthonyPorterOfficial.com. Listen, we help everyday entrepreneurs do what they do, take their expertise and build a real sustainable business through their personal brand. No fluff, no gimmicks, just real strategies, real tactics with real outcomes. That's it. There's no getting around that. All right, so if you're ready to continue with this situation that's going on that we need to discuss, let me be honest with you about something. When I first started, I built on borrowed ground. For years, I was doing everything that I could. I was treating social media like it was my business infrastructure. My follower count, man, it went up. I felt like things was working. The reach, man, it went up. I'm like, man, I started seeing that I could do this with Facebook and do this with Instagram. And I was like, oh man, I felt like I was growing. Every metric on the platform told me I was building something real. I wasn't asking the right questions. And the right question was, what do I really actually own here? Because see, right when I thought I was up here at the top of the mountain, it got snatched from up under me. Not because of something I did, but because of something someone else claimed. See, I had content on this platform I didn't control. I had followers I couldn't contact directly. I lost everything. And I had the visibility that I depended on, the algorithm to get me there. I never seen the code for. So you gotta imagine me building something and there's a code and I knew nothing about it. I'm just out here just willy-nilly just building. I was working hard every single day to build what I was thinking was mine in someone else's company. And it didn't dawn on me. See, I didn't fully understand until, again, I got mine snatched from up under me. I watched everything that I had built over there disappear. Not because I stopped showing up, but because the rules changed. The reach dropped. The engagement dried up. And I realized I couldn't call on my audience because I didn't know I didn't know how I was going to reach out to them. I couldn't email them. I couldn't reach them without asking the algorithm's permission first. I was trapped. I was lost. That's when I understood what I was truly missing in this game. See, I wasn't missing more content. It wasn't even about better content. What I was missing that ownership. So when this all happened to me, 3 other people came to mind when I was, thinking about this particular pattern. See, there's a guy that I had been following, like literally watching his videos, took his course. He was a business coach. He was coaching you how to monetize your Facebook and Instagram and things like that. He's up to 12,000 followers over 4 years. Consistent content, real community, growing revenue, tied directly to his group engagement. One false mistake and Facebook changed the game for him. When they changed the game on how groups, surface in the feed, visibility, man, became obsolete. But then he got banned. He couldn't even get on. He had revenue sitting there and he couldn't even get to it. Now, the coolest part about this was, and this is where I really started to learn, he was, basically teaching, now you have to have an email list. Because I never built one. I had about 5,000 followers, but I had nobody on the email list. I had no way of contacting them outside of the platform that had just gotten deprioritized. Mine just disappeared. Again, I had a partner, a friend, fitness, he's a fitness creator. He's doing his thing, he went from 0 to 6,000 Instagram followers in 18 months. He had the real results, real testimonies, real income from his DMs. He was getting the clients in. He was coaching them. But when his account got flagged incorrectly and they temporarily restricted him for 2 weeks, his income went to 0. 2 weeks, no email list, no newsletter, no backup, no nothing. Just gone. And then there was my good friend, my mentor, Mr. Anderson, the consultant who built a large LinkedIn audience, over 40,000. Like, he was really doing it because he was teaching marketing. He had first-rate content. He was recognized in the industry. I mean, it was amazing. He had direct client inquiries every week from that platform. LinkedIn shift, the algorithm, oh my God, telling you, when they shifted to favor newsletter type content and not posting format, and he lost the traction. He had no way to bring his audience with him. Basically, he had to start over. He rebuilt his momentum on the platform, but they had already moved past him. Everybody that was following him realized he was gone, so guess what they did? They was ghost. All three talented individuals, all three credible individuals, all three made the same mistake. They treated the platform like it was their asset. Now, 2026, in a world filled with AI, and AI is flooding every platform with machine-generated content, competing for the same algorithm real estate. Renting your audience isn't the strategy anymore. You got to own it. Own your audience is the new momentum. Now, here's what you need to understand. There are 3 types of distributions. Most entrepreneurs are living in the wrong one and don't even realize it. Almost every business I've watched stall out is missing at least 2 of the 3. And the one they're missing is always the one that matters the most. So let's talk about component number 1. It's the borrowed distribution, man. We gotta talk about it. See, this is not a content strategy. This is a tenancy agreement. Borrowed distribution is any channel where a third party controls your access to your audience, including the terms, the reach, the visibility, the continuity of any relationship that you have. Think of it like this. You build a thriving business inside of a mall that you do not own. The foot traffic is real. The customers are real. The revenue is stupendously real. But when the mall decides to restructure your location, your signage, and your access to the foot traffic changes overnight, Lord forbid that happens, but you didn't lose your product. You lost your landlord's cooperation. The test is like this. If your platform disappeared tomorrow, how many of your customers could you contact today? For most entrepreneurs that I've talked to, the answer is somewhere between not many and none. That's where it changed for me. Every single brand I built before I understood this was, that I was living on borrowed distribution platform, Podcast for Profits. Of course, Anthony Porter Official, a Coach's Corner Network. All of them had special presence. None of them had their own ownership of infrastructure. Borrowed distribution, man, that creates visibility, but does not create an asset. Now we got to talk about the controlled distribution. This is not ownership, but it's close. Controlled distribution is any channel where you have more control over your reach and your relationships, but still depend on platforms, infrastructure to deliver it. See, YouTube is the best example. Right now, this is a controlled environment. The content builds SEO quality over time. A video you record today can generate leads 3 years from now. The algorithm favors depth, not just, recurrency. All right. The difference between YouTube and Instagram isn't the format. No, it's not. It's the compounding dynamic. On Instagram, yesterday's reels are invincible tomorrow. On YouTube, yesterday's video is still searchable next year. So ask yourself this: does your content that you created today have value in 2 years? Even if you stop posting, does that content have value in 2 years? For me, YouTube became my anchor, my media stack, specifically because of their dynamic. The Anthony Porter official channel is building search equity that I actually got to keep. So think about it. I'm building something that I actually get to keep control of. I control the distribution, right? So controlled distribution builds compounding authority. It's not ownership, but it compounds. But then there's the last one, owned distribution. This is the asset. This is what most people never build. Owned distribution is any channel where you can control direct. You have access to your audience. Like you don't have to go around and you have unmediated access to the audience. No algorithm, no platform policies, no third-party gatekeeping. Your email list, your SMS list, your communities. Man, listen, you have proprietary newsletters, customer databases, communities on platforms you can export from. See, the analogy isn't what do I want to say? A mall. It's real estate. You own the building. You control who gets in when they get contacted. Think about that. And what they see? See, there's no landlord, there's no rent, there's no algorithm deciding whether today is a good day for your business to get visible. Can you send a message to your audience today without asking permission from any platform? So that's the question. So the Media Leverage Reports is my own distribution. Every subscriber on the list is someone I can reach directly not because Instagram decided to show them my content. No. But because they chose to hear from me. That list is a business asset. It doesn't vanish when the algorithm changes. It can't answer yes to the test. If you can't answer yes to the test, you don't own your distribution. Own distribution is leverage. And everything else, well, you just playing with borrowed time. So let's get right into it, man. Woosah. Most entrepreneurs think the goal is to build an audience. Hear what I just said? So they post more, they optimize more, they chase more reach. They treat their follower account like it's a scoreboard. What they actually have is an ownership problem. More distribution doesn't fix a borrowed distribution problem. It amplifies it. The bigger your borrowed audience gets, the more exposed you are to the risk of losing it. You've built a larger building on the same rented land. The old model, it made complete sense. 10 years ago, building on Facebook pages or Twitter following, man, check this out. That was building an audience. The platforms were growing. Organic reach was real. And the relationships between the creator and the follower, man, it felt direct. All I could do is shrug my shoulders. Because guess what? Platforms had every incentive to show your content to people who followed you. Because more engagement kept users on the platform longer. That model's broken. AI changed the game. The economics changed it. Every major platform now has a financial incentive to make you pay for the reach. Because guess what? You used to get that for free. That was the organic reach. You see what I'm saying? So organic reach is the product they're selling, not the default they're giving away. Now I had that moment where this became completely undeniable. I was putting out content consistently. Podcast episodes, videos, shorts, access across all platforms. The numbers looked okay, but the revenue didn't match the effort. And I finally had to ask myself, who actually owns this relationship? The answer? Well, of course, it wasn't me. The question became the Media Leverage Report. The newsletter, the blog became my own distribution anchor. And that anchor became the infrastructure everything else, well, guess what, connects back to. Stop building for the algorithm Start building your list. Stop optimizing your reach and start optimizing your ownership, all right? Be the entrepreneur who owns the relationship. Here's where this is going. In the next 2 to 3 years, every major platform will face the same pressure. Too much content, too little attention. And AI, well, generating more is for both. The platforms that survive, well, they do so by making organic reach increasingly pay to play. While monetizing the creator economy, they build on the backs of the free content. Entrepreneurs who built their own distribution, email lists, blogs, newsletters, community, direct relationships, they will be the ones in charge. The entrepreneurs who don't will be forced to either pay for access to the audiences they thought they owned or start over. Can you imagine 60,000, you got to start over? There's no middle scenario into this game no more. The market will sort for this. There's one thing AI can't replicate. Trust me, it can write your captions, it can edit your videos, it can generate your thumbnails, but it cannot generate the trust someone has built in you specifically over months, over years of consistent, honest, direct communication. That trust, well, that's earned through own distribution, direct content, genuine relationships. Now that right there is a defensible asset. It's the one thing in the creative economy that compounds in your favor, not the platforms. So don't think that that's in your favor. And right now, very few people are building intentionally. The warning is this: every month that you delay building your own distribution is another month your entire business remains one algorithm away from zero. The opportunity is this: the window is open right now. Most competitors still haven't moved. Entrepreneur who builds their email list, launches their blog or newsletter, and anchors their media, stack, make sure that it's on its own infrastructure today. Guess what? They will have a 5-year head start by the time the market fully prices catches up. That gap, that compounds. See, I make this content because I believe there are entrepreneurs out there doing everything right, working hard, showing up, and creating real value, who are one platform decision away from watching it disappear. I've watched it happen. I felt it. And I don't want you to feel what I felt. I don't want it to happen to you. The entire point of Anthony Porter Official is to document what it actually looks like to build your own media infrastructure in real time. See the wins. You gotta go with the failures, the systems, the thinking, so you can see the blueprint while you're still building. Now, if you're ready to stop watching the creative economy change and start building your own piece inside out, man, subscribe to Anthony Porter Official. New episodes drop every week. See you in the next one. Peace.